Welcome back, and now we're going to focus on the next piece we have assigned this week, which is the Lettish folk song on page 113. It's number 1. So I want you to have your books open and let's talk about this piece together. Let's look at our key signature. How many flats or sharps? I see one flat also. What major key do we typically think has one flat? Okay, I will give you this one, and then on the next couple of pieces I'm going to get you to figure it out yourself. One flat we have said is F. So let's look at the end of the piece and see if it ends on an F triad, which would be our tonic home key. I do not see that it ends on an F chord. It ends on a D minor triad. And it begins on a D minor triad. So let's take a look and see from the key of F major, what is our related minor key going to be? We can go down 3 half steps or go up to the 6th scale degree. Either way, we come up with D. Very good. Okay, now let's look through the piece and see if we think we're in the natural form or if we are in the minor or in the harmonic form of the minor. What do those mean? If you're in the natural form of the minor, the key signature will be identical to the major key that's written there, the B flat, with no chromatic changes in the piece. If you're in the harmonic, how do we know we're in the harmonic? We looked for the 7th scale degree to be raised a half step. So if we are in the key of D minor, what is the 7th scale degree? It is a C. So if we are going to have the harmonic form of D minor, what has to happen to that 7th scale degree? We have to raise it a half step. So the C becomes C sharp. So let's look at our piece and see, do we see any C sharps in this piece? Well, lo and behold, I see C sharp. And where do I see the C sharp? I see the C sharp as it has been used in the 5-7 chord. And as we have said, unless otherwise specified by the composer, the 5-7 in a minor key will be a major 5-7. So it will be using the harmonic form of the major key. There are pieces that will be written in the natural form, and it may not use the major 5, and we will see that actually in a future date. But for this one, we are using minor tonic, minor 1, and major 5-7, and we will use the same hand position that we have used for all of the others, all of our major and all of our minor that we have used thus far. And let's just describe that one more time. In our 1 position, it will be 1-3-5 or 5-3-1 in the left hand. When we get to the dominant 7, 5-7, and we mix up the tone so we don't have to move our hand very much, so we don't have to pick it up and move all the way up to the 5 chord, we can rearrange the order of the 5 chord to be closer to our 1 chord. So we can just let it sit there mostly. So how is that going to look? We're going to go from our 1 chord. We'll keep the common tone. If we're in the left hand, the 1 will stay the same. And then we will play our pointer finger, number 2, right where it falls in the 5-finger pattern, which will make it a whole second apart from our thumb. And then our 5th finger will go down a half step. So if we have D, F, A for our tonic, our 5-7 will become C sharp with our 5th finger, G with our pointer, and A with our thumb. So in this piece, as in the last piece, we have the left hand playing the melody line just as it did in the last piece on the second line. So it echoes what happened in the first line where the right hand had the melody. And again, you're going to use the same hand position when you play the 5-7 in the right hand. So let me play this for you, and then you can do it yourself. Okay, here we go. Lento. What does that mean again? It means slowly. And if you see the right hand, as I was describing, that the melody is louder than the other hand, you can see in this piece, the right hand is at mezzo forte, while the left hand is at mezzo piano. So that's showing you that the melody is actually a dynamic change, a dynamic louder than the accompanying chords. And when you get to the second line, you can see that it switches. The left hand now becomes mezzo forte and the right hand becomes mezzo piano. And remember when you play these to observe your crescendo and diminuendo. Here we go. Okay, I hope you were able to hear in the second line that my left hand was louder than the right hand, which is going to be a little something that you need to work on a little bit. But I want to make sure and hear that because that's the kind of things that will be graded on when we have our test. Great. See you next time. Bye.